If you're after a retro-styled watch, it's fair to say that Casio has this base covered with a wide range of digital and ana-digi watches. One thing they have in common, aside from their retro looks, are the features that you get with them, because the features also seem to be inspired by very early digital watches from the 1970s. This means that you get a stopwatch with a 60-minute duration, a single alarm, day and date, and backlight. And that's about it. And some in the range like the AQ800 don't even have a backlight. Therefore, there seems to be a gap in Casio's range for a watch with a retro exterior and a module with some modern features. And that gap was filled in August 2024 with the release of the ABL-100. First impressions out of the box is that it does feel well made, having a chrome plated resin case and a multi-row steel bracelet. The bracelet has an adjustable clasp which can be moved with a small screwdriver, and the quality of it feels a notch higher than other steel bracelets in Casio's vintage range, but not as good as the steel bracelets from Casio's of 20 years ago. I'll get more onto that later on. The size of the ABL-100's case is 41.6mm in length, 37.9mm in width, and is only 8.2mm in depth. The weight of the whole watch is 60 grams. They've gone for a triple line LCD display on the watch, and the size of it is large in relation to the face as a whole. The LCD is clear, but it does seem to be at its clearest when viewed at a slight angle rather than face on. Most of the brand new Casio seem to have this feature, so I'm not sure if it's by accident or by design, but I always view the watch at an angle when worn on the wrist, so I don't see this as an issue. I like the fact that they've chosen to make the case dimensions slightly larger than other steel bracelet Casios, and it doesn't feel as dainty on the wrist as the A163, which is what I'm comparing it to. For reference, my wrist size is 16 centimeters. For the face design, the ABL-100WE1A seems to have taken design cues from the A168. The retro theming cunningly disguises the fact that the module inside is equipped with Bluetooth and an accelerometer. The only giveaway that this is a modern watch is the text saying Bluetooth near the bottom. At launch, the ABL-100 is offered in 4 variants, 2 with a positive display and 2 with a negative display. The gold and black models cost slightly more than the standard steel models, as their straps are iron plated to achieve their colour. A main feature for the watch is that it includes a built-in accelerometer sensor. This is used for the step counter feature, and the home time screen can switch between showing you the date or the graph of how many steps you've taken that day. You can set up targets of how many steps you want to take daily, and you can also enable alerts for the watch to remind you to take more steps. I wanted to see how well this function worked and also to compare it against the G-Shock GDB500, so I went for a brief walk. The ABL-100 had recorded 3,300 steps and the GDB500 had recorded 3,238 steps. The The counts are similar, and I'm putting the slight difference down to them being worn at different positions on my arm. In either case, the step counters in these watches doesn't seem to be as sensitive as the ones on my phone, which seems to count a step even if I move it from one position to another. Inside the watch is a brand new 3565 module. This is powered by a single CR2016 cell, and the estimated battery life is 2 years. However, the watch also has a power saving mode, and if you turn that on, it should almost double its lifespan. The features that you get in this module includes a stopwatch, and this stopwatch is more sophisticated than those you get on other steel bracelet Casios. For example, it has a maximum duration of 24 hours rather than just 60 minutes. Once you start it, it can record one or more lap times without having to stop. The lap times are also recorded so you can keep an eye on your progress. The next feature is the recall mode, which lets you view your previous lap times. Up to 200 records can be stored in the watch. Next is the countdown timer, and this can be set to count down from a maximum of 24 hours to a minimum time of 1 minute. There is no auto repeat though, and this would have been a nice addition. Next feature is the dual time, and the second time zone can be set either manually on the watch or sent to the watch from the phone. The time shown at the bottom is the second city, which I've set to Yangon in Burma, and the time at the top shows the time in my home city. A very nice feature is that you can swap your second city to be your home city with the press of a single button. This is useful for when you're going on vacation. The last feature is the alarm, and it comes with 5 alarms and also an hourly signal. Pressing the mode button again returns you to the home screen. Onto the Bluetooth feature now, and the watch is equipped with Bluetooth so that you can connect it to your phone by using the Casio Watches app. You can choose not to have the watch connected to your phone at all, because all the features can be operated without it, but it does make some functions easier. As an example, if you want to set the dual time, you can pick your second city from a map and then send the time to your phone. Some will find this much easier than setting it manually. There is also a phone finder function just in case you've forgotten where you left your phone. The backlight is a single amber coloured LED and can be set to turn on for either 1.5 seconds or for 3 seconds. Let's finish off now with the downsides of the watch, and I'd say that the weakness is the bracelet. Although I'm happy with the quality of it, I find that it tapers off too narrowly towards the end. I'm comparing it to an FS03 from 20 years ago, and here you can see the size difference. An extra 3mm of width towards the end would make a huge difference. One further thing to point out is that there is no water resistance rating on the steel caseback, but just the WR symbol. This would mean that Casio only considers this watch as being splash proof and is not suitable for swimming with. The ABL-100 is a great watch to have in your collection. It is suitable for those that want a retro looking watch but with modern functionality. It offers a step up from other models such as the A158 and the A168 and is good value at £70. But if you can get it for £56 using the 20% off voucher, then it becomes a bargain.